Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all folks in between, and welcome to another episode of Aunt Millicent's Cooking Show. Hello, and welcome back to the show. Today, we're going to be making an old Southern favorite, pound cake. And this is actually from a Southern Living recipe book that I have. And the turnout for this is amazingly simple to make and extremely good. I promise you, you'll love it. Okay. So without further ado, let's apron up and let's get started. Before we start with our ingredients, go ahead and preheat your oven to 325. It'll take a minute, and by the time we get everything together, your oven will be ready to go. Let's get right into the ingredients. You're going to need 4 cups of flour. I especially bought this cake flour, which always turns out really well. It is optional. You can buy your regular flour. Okay, so you need 4 cups of that. We're going to need 3 cups of sugar. Okay, so this, just make sure that it's granulated sugar. You should be good to go. You're going to need a pound of butter. I guess that's why they call it a pound cake, right? Because there's a pound of everything. We figured out a pound of butter is one of these, so it's 4 sticks. Okay, go ahead and make sure it's pre-softened so it blends up real nice in your blender. Okay, so this has been sitting out most of the day. Okay, next thing you're going to need is 3/4 cup of milk. So that goes in. Then you're going to need 6 eggs. Okay, and they all go in there. The next thing you're going to need is 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. All right. Now there's some other little things that are going to make things better for you. You're going to need some cooking spray to spray your pan. Speaking of the pan, this works really well with a bundt pan. Okay. Those are round. They have a hole in the center. It makes everything cook nice and even throughout the whole cake. Okay. So I'm going to make mine in a bundt pan. We just happen to have a bundt pan. It's a nice metal one. It's sturdy as all get out. So there you go. And the other thing that makes this absolutely essential, although it's not absolutely necessary, is a KitchenAid kitchen mixer. And that's what we're going to make this with, is this KitchenAid. It's going to make things so much easier. So let's get right to it, shall we? All right, let's start putting things together. I have already measured out 4 cups of flour. Okay, this is my cake flour. And you need to get yourself your KitchenAid bowl. Now, this is going to look like it's going to overflow at some point. Don't worry, it's okay. All right, so here we go. So here comes our 4 cups of flour. I have already broken and stirred up 6 eggs. So they're going in here. Okay, no problem. And now we have 3/4 cup of milk. That's pre-measured. Pre-measuring on the video helps a lot. And now we need a cup of sugar. So I'm just gonna use my magic Pioneer Woman scoop. By the way, I got these Pioneer Woman scoops a while back. They're nice and colorful on the screen, obviously, but there's so many different kinds and measuring volumes that they're fantastic. So I highly recommend these. Okay. So there's a cup of sugar. I went a little bit short, maybe a little bit more than that. Extra sweet, right? It never hurts. Okay. So now we need to put in our vanilla extract. We need 2 teaspoons. So here goes 1. And here comes 2. Okay, that's 2. And then finally, we have all this butter to put in. So I don't know of a really good way to do it other than put it in. Mine is nice and soft. Okay. And I can practically, look at that. See, I can bend it with my hands. But I'm just going to slide it on in there because the blender is going to do all of the work. Okay. Now, if you don't have a KitchenAid, you can do this with a hand mixer. And you have to kind of do your butter first and then add the ingredients last. Okay, so there we go. It's like Play-Doh. Oops, that's not good. Countertop butter. So you can use your hand mixer, but it's going to take longer and it's going to take a lot of work on your part. Okay, so believe it or not, I think that's everything. We've got our butter, our milk, our sugar, vanilla extract, and our flour in there. So now we got to go over to the KitchenAid and stir it up. So I'll meet you there. Okay. Okay, all here we are at the mixer, and we're going in. You're going to beat this on low for about a minute. Okay, so do that. Oop, getting a little overflow there. It's okay. All right. That's 2 minutes in the KitchenAid, and it's still very thick. Okay, so at this point, you should probably come in here and push the batter down in case there's any sticking to the side. Okay, and then we're going to beat it on high, or mix it on high for another 2 minutes or so till it looks like cake batter. It's already looking like cake batter. I just still got some chunks of butter in there. Never a bad thing, am I right? So just push the sides down in there, okay? And when you're done with that, I'll get it mixed in there. We're going to mix it again for about 2 minutes or so, okay? So catch up with you then. Here we go. Okay, y'all, that's 2 minutes on high, and it looks like cake batter. So now what's going to happen is we're going to go back to our workstation and put it in the pan, and we'll be ready to bake. Okay, y'all, we are back at the workstation, and I've got my bundt pan, and I'm going to go ahead and hit it with cooking spray, okay? Make sure you get it in there real good because this thing cooks a long time, and we don't want it to stick, okay? So put a lot in there, okay? Floured is good too, the pre-floured one. That makes a nice cake finish, okay? So now I've got my cake mix, and we're going to spoon it in this big bundt pan, and we're going to put it in the oven. Your oven should be preheated by now. If you haven't, go preheat it to 325. And we're going to cook this mixture for an hour and a half. And then we're going to come back, and this is going to be some of the best buttery pound cake you've ever had. I kid you not. Okay, so go ahead and spoon it in your bundt pan, and I'll meet you back at the stove in just a second. Okay, y'all, we are back. It has been an hour and a half of baking of our delicious looking cake. And this is what it looks like. It's a little cracked on top, but smells really good. And it's our moment of truth. So we're going to see if we can turn this bundt pan over and have it all come out in one piece. So I'm going to pause it here and get my cake pan and see what happens, okay? So cross your fingers. Ta-da! I'm so proud. Well, there you go. There's your pound cake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of this and try it out. I've cut some strawberries to go with it. So yum, yum. And that makes it even better. So I'll catch up with you in a minute, okay? Okay, we have made it to the dining room, and we are ready to try our pound cake, okay? So I've got it on my plate, and I've served it with some fresh cut strawberries. So let's give it a shot, shall we? It is very easy to cut. It is jelly. It's sweet, not too sweet though. I think it's outstanding. If you drizzle a little bit of strawberries on top, it'll be even better. So I hope you enjoy your pound cake. I hope yours turns out as better than mine. I hope so. Mine's really good. And it's just really easy. You just dump everything in the blender and you're done. The hard part is just waiting for it to come out of the oven, to be honest with you. So on that note, actually, sorry, I ran out of wine this week. So I'm toasting with a nice local ale here. So have a wonderful week. And I wish everyone a happy and healthy and bon appetit.